What's up, everybody? This is Fantasy League Fantastico Roundtable, our opening edition for Week 3 of the NFL. My name's Bud, and I want to welcome my co-host, Bud.
Hey, Bud.
Hey, Bud. How you doing, Bud?
Good. How are you, Bud?
I'm well, Bud. We got a lot to get to, so let's just jump right in.
We certainly do. Again, this is our first installment of Fantasy League Fantastico Roundtable.
It certainly is.
Really an unbiased approach and an unbiased breakdown of the weeks that were and the week to be. We'll cover various topics throughout each edition. As we'll start every week, we'll do what's in the news in the FLF.
Lots of things in the news.
Things that are on the message board, things that have come up, questions maybe that we can answer here in this forum. So to start, we had a posting presented by the owner of the Rollers, correct?
The High Rollers.
Yeah, he had
used to be High Rollers.
Correct. They have a name change this year from the High Rollers to the Rollers. They were concerned about the waiver. They wanted some clarification on the waiver rules. They approached the FLF Commissioner's Office. We did clarify the rules to them and allowed them to post a suggestion to the owners.
And what's the long and the short of it, Bud?
The long and the short of it is that they were concerned that they weren't getting players. Their waiver priority was too low, yet they were doing more homework than those maybe that had a higher priority. Now, the office did explain to the Rollers that that was actually a rule change that was instituted last season that allowed for folks that didn't have quite the time to jump on the waiver wire and grab players on a Sunday. We moved everything to on the waivers until Wednesday morning at midnight.
Wednesday, or was it Tuesday?
Tuesday at Wednesday at 12:01 a.m.
Okay.
Everybody was free agents. The waiver wire process was completed.
And do you feel that this rule positively affected the overall fairness?
Yeah, I mean, I think it really gave the lower teams an opportunity to claim a hot player, a key ad for the week. And we've seen that at least last year was our first year that some of those lower teams were able to move up in the rankings by improving their teams.
Parity is always a good thing.
And again, to the High Rollers, or the new Rollers, excuse me, that rule was something that the owners had suggested. A majority did suggest that change, and I think it's been good for the league. And I think on the message board we've seen that the owners are standing behind it.
But I think his concern was that those with the worst records were given more priority over those who had...
Well, that is true. That is true, and that's the point. And the point is that the waiver wire list, the priority list, is based on where you stand in the standings. So if you're a 12th place team, you're going to have the first grab at a Dexter McCluster, who was the top ad this week. And I think, the Redonkulous team was able to grab him, and I think it makes their team a little bit better, and they've fallen on some hard times.
So basically, if your team is crap, you can at least sprinkle it with sugar, whereas if your team is sugar, you can, maybe drill some.
And, I mean, last year the Peaceful Warriors, for example, were a team that was in the upper echelon of the standings, yet had a lot of hard issues in their roster, but they were able to make some key additions even with low waiver priority, and then they ended up in the championship game only to fall to the fire-spitting Jays.
I have had an opportunity to talk with the owner of the management of the Peaceful Warriors, and they never fail to bring that point up to me, so maybe there is some validity. What's next?
In the news, just some rule reminders, some things that are new to the league this year that you may forget that were brought up there at the draft. There is a trophy that will be awarded to the winner this year.
A trophy?
And that will be a trophy that they'll hold for the entire year, like the Stanley Cup, and then it'll be passed on to the next winner, unless that same winner is the same person with the trophy.
Yeah, so no longer will we have to have a virtual trophy, the owners in Fantasy League Fantastico, they will actually have a bona fide trophy in which to show their girlfriends and their kids, something to be proud of.
It's a mantelpiece, and it's going to be a nice piece of, in addition to your room, to your study, to maybe in the living room where where you can show it to all your family.
People like trophies. They certainly do.
They do.
Yeah.
So that's something new. Again, how you finish this year in the standings will be how we draft next year. So important how you play in the playoffs.
Yes.
If you lose the first round game, you still want to compete for 5th place to get that 5th draft pick.
Certainly.
Okay. Again, waiver wire. We've covered that. Everybody's placed on waivers at 10 a.m. on Sunday, and that ends on Tuesday night at midnight or Wednesday morning at 12:01. So everyone puts their claims in, and then after that period, everyone's a free agent until
Let me ask you this real
Sunday.
fast. If you make a claim before then, does it just hold over until Wednesday?
Yes.
So everybody has a chance? So
Yes.
you won't be docked if you make a claim, say, on a Monday or a Tuesday, because it'll just wait and the priorities will.
The system will go through the priority and give the number one priority, whatever they've got in their first. I mean, if you have various waiver ads, if you have 3 guys that you want, but your number one guy is here, you'll get that guy.
Okay. Unless somebody else who really sucks.
Assuming that the suckiest will get the best.
Yes.
That's
Go get the most sugar.
Perfect. So that's basically what's in the news.
Well, we had this one more.
Yes. Well, the message board has been fairly quiet this year,
Pretty quiet.
except for our champion.
Yes, the Fire Spitting Jimmy's has unleashed numerous angry and, shall we say, snarky bombs at various other managers on the Fantasy League Fantastico
Really a
roster.
select 3, I would say, he targets. The Boone Humper, formerly known as...
The Playful Pickle.
The Playful Pickle, formerly known as
I want
the Big
John
Duke
Lynn
6.
And Big Duke 6.
Always targeting that. Obviously, they had a tremendous regular season last year, but did fold to the Fire Spitting Jimmy's.
I did speak with the management of the then Playful Pickle. It was a devastating loss. The management there is really looking to find a way to correct the mistakes. Basically, at the end of the year is when you have to do the most
Okay,
homework.
so we've got that down. We really encourage message boards postings. There's been a lot of aggressive language, shall we say, used by the Fire Spitting Jimmys.
Just a little bit.
But, the world loves a bad guy.
Yeah.
We've got ours, don't we?
What's the word? He's the Tiger Woods of the PGA.
The Tiger words, I would say. Like you said there.
Well said, bud. Well said.
Keep it on, Fire Spitting Jimmys. Please keep chiming in. My favorite of the week was the Goods retorting to the Rollers about the waiver wire rules.
And what did he say?
He had one question.
What was that?
Do you have a job? Love that one, Goods.
Goods.
Keep those goods coming.
The goods can be the bad sometimes.
They sure can.
Let's just say one last final point about the Fire Spitting Jimmys. He probably has a lot of emotional problems, and this is an outlet, so we'll let him go ahead and do what he does. I understand that he's losing a little bit of hair, and maybe he's a little self-conscious, but onward.
Okay, this isn't a personal attack for him, but
I'm just saying, if someone was to look at it, they might think that.
This being our first episode of the Roundtable, we weren't able to break down the draft at all. We're going to touch on that just briefly with our best and worst draft. We know that the Toyota truck awarded Redonkulous.
Toyota Tundra, this was
with the best draft, which I have a bit of an issue with. Not where they stand now, but even at draft day, I thought that the Redonkulous had a decent draft.
Yes.
But with the number 1 pick, I thought he could have done a little bit